difference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're doing a D5 equation, which means we're doing an x to the 5th equation, which means this is the last column. This is the difference 5 column. And that one happens to contain the number 1080, which is a constant. Remember over there we got in the D3 column we got a 6. It was the cubic equation, and for the quadratic equation D2 was a 2. So the last difference is always a constant, and that's a constant. So here we've got the number 1080. You can probably read it if you're looking very closely at it right here. All zeros, 1080, and then all these are down here at 0. So it's right above the neural nut. That odd column counts down. It's a destructive read. So as the machine begins, it counts the odd columns down. Now, as it does that, there's a gear in between that looks like this. It's thick on one side and thin on the other. And that gear is engaged to both the odd column and the even column next to it. And so as the odd column counts down, that gear moves out. And it transmits its value over to the even. So that one goes up, counts up. Now how do we do that? With one gear in between, if this is going counterclockwise, this will go clockwise, and this will go counterclockwise. But if one's counting down, the other one should be counting down, because they're both turning the same direction, counterclockwise. If this was going clockwise, then this was going clockwise. But if you look very carefully, these are numbered in a counterclockwise order, and these are numbered in a clockwise order. They're numbered in reverse. So as one counts down, the other counts up. And when it counts down, the one next to it counts up. Because they alternate back and forth between being counterclockwise and clockwise, and counterclockwise and clockwise. So we count down the first column to 0. And we add it to the second column. Same thing happens with this one, and so on, all the way across the machine. All the odd, even columns are being done at the same time. Then we shift these gears up a little bit so they disengage from the even. They're no longer attached to the even. They're only attached to the odd. And they go back to their original 0 point, which means the odd columns which counted down are now put back to their original value. Because, well, however much it counted down, it's going to go back that amount. So this 1080 goes to 0, and then it goes back to being 1080 again. And that's true of all the odd columns. But the even columns are sitting there. They're not engaged anymore. So we add it to them, and we let go. And they stay that way. Okay? Then we disengage from both. No longer are the odd and even attached in any way. And the pair next to them are engaged, the even odds. And we do the same thing there. We count the even down, transmit it to the odd, count the odd up, disengage from the odd, count the even back to its original position, and then disengage from both and go back to the first cycle. The odds working. So that's the mechanism. We're going to run it for you now, and I want you to actually watch that. Watch the wheels turn, watch the second gears move up and down, and listen. Tell me what you hear. That's an add, that's a reset. That's an add, that's a reset. That's one cycle. Now we're adding again, resetting, adding again, resetting. Okay?
How many heard a funny sound?